Real Chill Live 101, Season 4. We back.
We are back. Finally. Finally. It's been a long journey over the last few months. We've done a lot.
We've done a whole lot. We're in our new studio.
Yes.
Beautiful studio,
Yes.
guys. We put a lot of work into this. We're live on YouTube, Twitch. We're going to be putting out the show on Spotify as a podcast, audio only.
Yep.
We're on to big things in 2023.
Making moves. I've never had so many different social media like login accesses and equipment and it's just like I feel like I have a IT degree right now. I'm trying to catch up to you right now.
Yeah, man, it's a real live operation, and yeah, thanks for joining us today, everybody.
Yeah.
We know, we've been on a hiatus. We have a lot to catch up on. Man, you got on this champions t-shirt. Legends of the Summer. Is that a Philadelphia Eagles t-shirt?
I had to represent. Obviously, coming off the Super Bowl on Sunday, not our best. The fellas, they battled. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, of course. Jalen Hurts played lights out. It was a good game, but unfortunately, Pat Mahomes, Mahomie.
Yeah, the MVP, two-time Super Bowl champion, Patrick Mahomes. Put some respect on his name because before this game started,
Right.
you said to me, man, and I said you were crazy.
I do.
What did you tell me, man?
Listen,
you said he could go down as the guy to only win one time.
He could. He could have at the time, but
not no more.
yeah, not anymore. It was coaching, dude. The first half, looking at that game, aside from the fact that Jalen had a big mistake with the fumble recovered for a touchdown, the Eagles were pretty much dominating that first half, but somehow Chiefs were only down by 10 points.
Yes.
With that defensive touchdown, and then the extra time in halftime, I think it gave them time to scheme. They've got Andy Reid, ex Eagles coach. Shout out to Andy, Big Red. He dialed up some shit.
They definitely shot up your boy Mahomes with the strongest fentanyl shot for that ankle because
for sure.
I had hit you up, man. When they grabbed his ankle, I was like, that's some dirty shit, man. That was a little bit dirty.
It wasn't dirty.
He was screaming in agony, holding his ankle. Do you think that was a little bit theatrical? Or do you think he was really feeling the pain? Because he came out the second half like a new man.
I think he was hurt, but I think whatever they shot him up with, they give you those shots for pain that they last like 2-3 days. Now afterwards, you're gonna be laid up. You're gonna be hurt. Whatever prescription they gave you at the CVS, that's not gonna do it like that shot did. But the defense did not show up. That's what it was. They didn't make adjustments. Anytime you let the same exact play happen twice at the goal line, just on different sides, like you're getting played.
So you felt the need to still wear the champions shirt,
absolutely.
Even though they're not the champions.
They are the champions. They're the NFC champions.
Am I wrong? NFC champions. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh my God. You know what? I was expecting you to wear a Jalen Hurts jersey in reverse so you get the Hurts right here because you were hurting. Wow. You were hurting. You and all of Philadelphia. You were anxious. I hit you up. We were invited to a Super Bowl party.
We were.
Our boy Amu, out in Philadelphia, the opportunity to watch the Eagles win in Philadelphia. The city was. I've never heard Philly be so quiet during that time. There's nowhere to park. Shout out to Amoot. Him and Clarissa had a great spread.
Yeah.
They were very supportive of the Eagles living in Philly, even though he's a Giants fan. I don't understand that.
Wait, I didn't even know that. I thought he didn't really care about American football, so it was just like, oh, we're in Philly, we'll have a party.
Nah, he's a Giants fan. Yeah, so
we beat the piss out of the Giants 2 weeks
the
ago.
Eagles beat the Giants so bad they, turned him into an Eagles fan for the night. Yeah. But you didn't want to come. You didn't want to come through. You were a little bit too anxious. Yeah. And I think you made the right call because that game was a little bit rough, man. I mean, your coach was crying before the game even started.
Which I don't have any problems with that. People have been ragging on Nick Sirianni all year. I like him. I like energy from a coach. I don't like the Bill Belichicks that just stand there like mean face the whole game after the game. You won the Super Bowl. He still has not shown any teeth in his smile. Like I don't like that. I don't like that. So with Nick, yeah, he can be a little much sometimes, but the players love him. And as long as we're winning, I love him too. So
yeah, you know who was a little bit much was Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Super Bowl MVP. How old is he? Like 27?
Yeah.
Is he going to be the greatest to ever do it?
He's on his way. I mean, he's all of his stats are better than Brady's by the time Brady was 27. The only difference is they have the same number of championships in terms of Super Bowls, same number of MVPs, I think, and Pat's doubled him up on like every single stat.
My dad said he acts like a player. The coach.
Nick, I mean, he probably always wanted to be one. He used to play, I think, wide receiver or something like that in college at like D2 school. But I mean, listen, if you get to be a coach in the NFL, it's a big deal. Like, you clearly know your stuff. Like, he got us to the playoffs last year. Everybody thought we were going to be trash. Nobody thought we were going to the Super Bowl this year, and we got to the Super Bowl. So, like, I have nothing bad to say about him. Hurts is the MVP of the Eagles season.
Yeah.
Anybody that has anything bad to say about Hurts, you can suck a dick because the guy put the team on his back all year. We saw what happened when he wasn't there. Like, it's just, listen, he's good. He's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the Eagles. They had a great season, and honestly, I enjoyed watching them lose so much, man. On the way home, I was cheering so hard. I haven't even watched football in like 5 years. I watched the most football this year that I have in a long time, and honestly, that was a great way to end it. You know, you were so close, man. And just to have to watch after that holding penalty, just to have to watch them milk the clock, and you know, you knew the inevitable was about to happen.
Shitty way to end the game. I mean, listen, I think that you clearly still bleed blue, even though you don't really root for the Cowboys like that anymore. You clearly still got some of those residual feelings, but I think that there's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, at the end of the day, like I said, the Eagles, they lost the game. Whether it's refs, like all that, the shitty field, like I'm not worried about all that stuff. They didn't play enough to win.
Yeah.
And they had a lead that they should have been able to hold on to.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed it. You know, you cried. The coach cried. Philadelphia, they didn't get to tear up the city.
I didn't cry this time around. I was fully expecting to cry because when they won in 2017, I cried. When they lost in 2004, I boo-hooed. I mean, I was also like 12, 13 years old at the time, but still, like, I boo-hooed. And then this time I was just like, I was sad. It was just a rough feeling. I already had off on Monday, and I'm glad I had off.
Yeah, man. You needed a day to yourself, you know, self-care day, you know, the work through the depression. But one highlight from the Super Bowl was obviously Rihanna. You know, it's Black History Month. She made Black history by, you know, being the first pregnant halftime show performer at the Super Bowl. Like, that shit was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I love Rihanna. I'm a part of the Rihanna Navy. I thought she killed that shit, man. 13 minutes. I don't know how many songs she fit into that shit, but she had it lit, man.
Yeah, I will say the song lineups that they had, the transitions for them, I thought that was really good.
Yeah,
I thought that was really good. It's weird. You can't talk badly about somebody that's pregnant. Like, you just can't. Do I wish that she hadn't been pregnant for the Super Bowl performance, absolutely. Like,
why? That's terrible, man.
I think we would have gotten a better performance from her. I mean, we've seen her at award shows before where she's performing. It's not like she's not Beyonce. But
yeah, she's Rihanna. Come on.
But she does a better performance than what we saw. I think the choice of songs kind of carried her. The fact that there were a ton of dancers, you had floating stages, like they clearly did a lot to take away from the fact that she was in a money heist red jumpsuit with her stomach out, letting you know that yes, I have a bulletproof vest on, thing, whatever this is, and I'm protecting my baby right here. Like,
yes,
it was a dope look, but
man, get all your Super Bowl hate out. Like,
it's not
come
my
on,
preference.
I know you're bitter. I know you're bitter because you know your team lost.
No, I'm not bitter about that. Like, I thought Rihanna's performance was good. It's just like I wish she hadn't been pregnant for it.
How dare you? How dare you?
Hey.
Shame. Shame.
Yo, why did I think that somebody just called in and said shame?
Bro, you should be ashamed of yourself talking shit about Rihanna. Like, that's unacceptable, bro. I can't believe you, man.
Nah, fuck that. That drop was not in pre-production. All right? It was not there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, man. What is up with this?
I don't know. This camera's acting up.
Yeah.
This camera's acting up.
Nothing can stop us, though, man. Just like nothing can stop Rihanna. Yo, shout out to Rihanna. You killed that shit pregnant. Shout out to A$AP Rocky.
I'm going to get killed for this. Listen, I'm not trying to shit on a strong, powerful black woman in Black History Month. Okay? I'm not. I'm just saying what I would have preferred for a show at halftime. That's it.
It kind of sounds like that's what you're doing, but hey, shout out to the beautiful black family during Black History Month, making Black history. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes, a black quarterback, that's doing his thing.
That's right. Shout out to both of the black quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, go get paid, bro. Go get paid.
Yeah, he deserves it, man.
Bring the team back again. We're going to be back soon.
Yo, Philly fans have a lot of nerve, like asking him. You didn't even believe in him.
I didn't.
I didn't even believe in Jalen Hurts.
He's made huge jumps every single year, though.
Yeah.
Like between last year and this year, leaps and bounds. Like the way he was moving the ball, the way he was running, like he looked like the best player on the field during the Super Bowl. He did.
Not in the second half. After Mahomes got that fentanyl shot, I'm sorry.
It
is what it is.
Mahomes looked like they were out coached, and they outplayed us as a team, as a whole. But not on the offensive side. Every time Jalen got the ball, they were moving down the field.
Yeah, Genzino said, Brian has always been a Rihanna hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying, y'all hold her to a higher standard than me. Or maybe I hold her to a higher standard than you. Maybe that's what it is.
I love that. That was one of my favorite halftime performances I've ever seen.
You also, you're a Rihanna stan.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Listen, it is what it is. Your team, they weren't able to deliver, unfortunately.
Well, Rihanna's going to be delivering again in 5 months. So.
Yeah, shout out to A$AP Rocky, back to back. Pat Mahomes, he wasn't able to go back to back, but A$AP Rocky, he found a way. He said, we got a newborn baby. I'm shooting up the club again.
Crazy, yo! I will say it was hilarious to me to see the way that women will just always give other women they like the benefit of the doubt. Because I'm sitting there with my girl. For those of you who don't know, on our new streaming platforms, her name is Natalie, and she's postpartum. That's why she's big like that. She's not pregnant. I'm like, are you serious? Did you not see her stomach?
Yeah, her stomach was out there. She let it be known.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, she has the jumpsuit open for a reason. How is she not pregnant right now?
That's hilarious. But, shout out to Nat. I saw she tuned in to the Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, I there was in our group chat, Jenna hit us up saying, oh, she pregnant. So everyone had questions. We all had questions.
Twitter was all saying that she was pregnant. I mean, listen, I will say that's pretty smart. Not yes on ASAP's side, because of course you want to get her pregnant again. It's
Hell
Rihanna, like, you know, billionaire babies, like, lock it down, bro. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. But at the same time, for her, maybe have the babies now. Get them out of the way so you can continue your career. Either if you want to go back to music at some point, if you want to do, you know, things with Fenty, if you want to do things like even outside of those two aspects, you know, get it done now. That way you can live the rest of your life and you know, watch your kids grow up together and things like that. That's a good plan. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Ree.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rocky.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the halftime show, and you know, Timbaland, he put out a video afterwards saying that, you know, who a really good halftime performer would be, Kanye West. And you know, I heard a few of his songs. You know, she did Run This Town. She did All the Lights.
A few.
You know,
I think she was sending the bat signal to Kanye, like, yo, you know, a few years ago I wasn't trying to do this Super Bowl shit. Jay, he followed up with me. I'm here now. And I wish you were here too. I wish you were here too.
I don't know if she felt that way because she said the only guest I need is my unborn child. She said no other special guest is needed. But yeah, man. There were also, you know, there are also some interesting commercials during the Super Bowl. There's been a bunch of Jesus commercials. Like,
there were a lot.
Where is this coming from, bro? I know you're an avid Christian man yourself.
Absolutely.
I don't remember ever seeing no Jesus commercials in my life before maybe 2023. What is this about? Who's behind it? Does he really need advertising in 2023? Are we that doomed?
I mean, I feel like I've seen commercials like that focused on Christianity before. I've seen that same company. I can't even remember the site, which is terrible. It's like Jesus.com or something.
Jesus.com?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
But it did seem like a lot of money was put into it.
Hell yeah. All those commercials is a lot of money.
Exactly. Like for just 10, 15 seconds, it's like $1 million. And they had, what, 3 commercials?
I don't know, man. Jesus got a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I mean, he turned water into wine.
He turned 5 loaves of bread and 3 fish into like a whole bunch of stuff or something. So, I mean, I wonder if it's the evangelicals.
I don't know.
Catholics. I don't know which sect of Christianity is behind this, but
interesting. Yeah. Jesus commercials. Yeah. I didn't think it was necessary. I did find it weird, and I was driving home for the second half, so I really wasn't paying much attention to the other commercials. But
I mean, for me, the whole game, I wasn't really paying that much attention to the commercials.
You're stressing.
I was stressing.
Word. Yeah. But you know, before the Super Bowl, I know you had told me, you know, we were getting prepped up. Set up for our new studio. And you were like, I can't do anything during the weekend. I got to celebrate pre-Valentine's Day with my girl.
That's right.
Valentine's Day was yesterday. I know, you know, a lot of lovebirds out there celebrated. I know I celebrated myself with my girl. But yeah, you had a pre-Valentine's Day, so you've been celebrating all week. And, you know, it's always been a topic for us. You know, your parents got married like 4 years ago?
54 years ago. Shout out Jimmy and Joyce. Did you see them on the IG? Did they join
man, let me double check.
I don't know if Mom joined. I didn't send her a message to let her know, but I'm hoping she saw it.
Oh no, she's not there right now. But shout out to Jimmy and Joyce.
Yes, 54 years. 54 years they've been married. That's a long time, man. I can't even imagine being 54 years old, let alone married to somebody that long. But they're still going strong. Shout out to Mom and Dad.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them. But yeah, man, you celebrated pre-Valentine's. What'd you guys do? Listen, I saw you showed me some sculptures.
In the Spears household, I want to let y'all know we hold women accountable. So
what does that mean?
That means that this is equality. Like, for me, I did everything yesterday on Valentine's Day itself. I had nice gifts, some beautiful flowers, some lovey-dovey stuff with pictures, nice dinner we went on, that sort of thing. But since I'm doing Valentine's Day and we're not able to do anything today, we're over here, broadcasting right now. Nat was like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? What would you like for Valentine's Day?" And I'm like, "Well, we can do something the weekend before." And that was kind of her responsibility. I don't want to say responsibility, but she wanted to set something up for us. So we had brunch. We did a sculpting class. Sculpting was really fun. If you need the information, hit me up. It was like blind sculpting. So we had like a head, and you sculpted into either your face or somebody else's face, whatever you want. But you're blindfolded and it's supposed to be quiet and just like focus, listening to this very soothing, meditative music and stuff. It was really fun though. I had a great time, and then we went to the spot. It's a place in the city for dessert. Definitely highly recommend it. But yeah, it was a beautiful day, and then Sunday saw my team lose. Monday was in mourning, and then Tuesday back to love on Tuesday.
Damn, man, a lot of love. City of brotherly love.
That's right. That's right.
I'm sure they held each other crying.
Yeah.
But that's dope, man. I'm glad you held your girl accountable.
Of course. How was your Valentine's Day though?
Oh, it was dope. Me and Abby, we went out to this spot in JC called Madam. It's a brand new restaurant.
Okay.
Opened up a few months ago. Madam and JC. Shout out to you guys, man. You guys really took care of us well. Highly recommend. It's a really nice spot. They have like really good cocktails. I got a burger, and it was like the best burger I had in like a long time.
Really?
Abby got like ribeye steak. Had a really good time. This weather, we've been blessed with like beautiful weather up here in Jersey. So the weather felt great. Was able to just walk and go back, and she got me some really nice gifts. So it was probably the best Valentine's Day I had in a long time.
That's probably. Right. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it. What kind of? It was like contemporary American type of food.
It's actually like contemporary, like French cuisine.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
But they have like they actually had like a chicken schnitzel, which is like like German. But you're in good hands there for sure. They were playing Kate Renata when we walked in, so I was like, okay, this is the vibe, this the vibe.
I'm gonna have to try it. Nat loves French stuff, so I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Valentine's Day is great. I know we have a lot of Valentine's Day topics, man. We like a ton, man. You guys know, we celebrate everything. I know since we were live last, I think we ended in, what was it, like, was it Sagittarius season? So shout out to Sagittarius, Capricorns. But we're in Aquarius season now, so shout out to all of our Aquarius friends. We celebrate everyone, but specifically Valentine's Day. Like, I know you saw a lot of the boyfriend girlfriend reveals on social media yesterday. I saw you posted like a really nice collage of Nat and yourself. I thought that was really adorable.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn these little layouts for pictures and stuff that they have on Instagram, and I had some pictures that I had already brought to the forefront of my gallery and things, just because one of my gifts to Nat was I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like a picture wheel sort of thing, where you
a physical picture wheel.
No, so it's like you open the presents, and then it's like a octagon shaped thing. You open it, and then the flaps open up with different pictures, and then you keep opening. It's like every box contains another box with more pictures, kind of.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was.
That's really nice. Like, Abigail actually got printed out a bunch of pictures for me, and I never have physical pictures unless we go to these places and they're like, oh, we'll take a picture of you for $20. I always buckle and get those fucking cheap ass glass frames, but I think it's a nice little staple. But outside of that, I don't really have physical pictures.
It is. I mean, we live in a digital world now. Things have just changed so much. I think the same is true for me. I don't have that many physical pictures except for maybe the holiday cards that get sent every once in a while, that random stuff. But she liked it. She liked it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like pressure to like do like, to post things on social media, like, or, because some people are more private, but I feel like this year I saw a lot more people be more open.
No, for me, I will agree with the last statement. I definitely feel like a lot of people posted this year. It seemed like people were in the Valentine's Day sort of spirit, I guess. Even Nat, she mentioned that on her way to work yesterday, a ton of people had red on, which she feels like she hasn't really seen in previous years. But I don't really think it's pressure. For me, it's more like I know that Natalie loves some of the lovey-dovey stuff. So if I know she likes that, it's like if in an argument you know what's going to push somebody's buttons.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to piss them off, you push that button. Whereas if you know somebody's going to like something, you push the same button that you know they're going to like.
Yes, the positive kind of way. Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, she liked it a lot, and even though she almost never posts on social media, she likes looking at mine. I'm like, okay, whatever that means.
Yeah, one of your favorite people posted on social media, Larsa Pippen, with her man Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son. You're a big Michael Jordan fan. She's been really public with this guy. She's calling this guy her forever Valentine now. Do you think she's going a little bit too hard?
I mean, listen, if it's working, who am I? Who am I to say anything? Like, maybe that is the person for her. Clearly, it wasn't Scotty or Future or some of these other ball players that she's been seen out and about with. But this is the longest relationship I've seen from her in a while now.
Since she's been married to Scottie Pippen and had like a whole family with like 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah.
Now she's running around with one of the kids that she used to, babysit.
Don't do that.
Do you think that's a form of revenge on her side, man? Scotty and Mike, they're not on the best terms. She's not on the best terms with Scotty, clearly. What's up with Scotty? And did you ever read his book? I don't think we ever talked about it.
I'm never reading Scottie Pippen's book, so he can just cry and talk about how he didn't get enough credit. Listen, I think that they definitely crossed paths numerous times. There's a 16-year age gap between them. He's 32. She's like 48 or something. I would have. I don't know. To me, it's weird, especially once you get to that point. But maybe they have a lot of things in common.
Yeah, like yes, I don't know, old Chicago Bulls memorabilia in the family.
Exactly. I mean, listen, she's a beautiful woman. He's a nice looking young man. Like I wish them all the best. I wish them all the best. But it's got to be nasty for their affiliates.
I don't know, man. It's got to be weird. How do you think Michael Jordan responds? Do you think Marcus has brought her around? Like, how you think those conversations go?
Jordan's probably the biggest jerk. Like, he's got to be the biggest asshole. I assume that he is saying like snide comments all the time.
Damn.
That's what I would assume from Jordan.
Shit.
If I'm this guy's dad and he ends up with like previously one of my great friends that I played basketball with for 10 plus years, and he ends up with that guy's wife, like, you think he's just like, oh, I'm so happy you found love. Like, that's not Jordan. That's never been Jordan, first off. And I'm sure that it's not the way he talks to his son.
Yes. Do you think Michael Jordan is finally proud of his son? I mean, his sons.
You made it.
Finally, you did something to make me proud, because I feel like Marcus is trying to do something for his dad, and Larsa is trying to do something against her ex-man. And I feel like I don't believe their relationship, but I feel like people do petty shit. I did see some other petty headlines, like Megan Fox apparently broke up with Machine Gun Kelly. She followed Eminem on Instagram before totally deactivating her profile. But then on Valentine's Day, she was out with MGK. So it seems like they're still together. I know, we talked about them like sucking each other's blood and doing all other types of weird shit. What do you think of her following Eminem and then being in the car with him the next day? What do you think those conversations were like?
I mean, listen, there are people that I know that they have fights one weekend and then the next weekend everything's good. Like, it's just some couples, some couples, some relationships, it's like that.
You know any couples who drink each other's blood, like Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly?
No, that I don't know. I know it's Wednesday, White People Wednesday, but it's Black History Month, so not this month. But
not this month. It is Black History Month, guys. We shouldn't even be talking about these vampires, but hey, it is what it is, man. But yeah, she followed his ops. What do you think about like people doing it, like post breakup or in an emotional state? Like, does she end up looking stupid, like trying to like make him upset in that type of way?
I mean,
like if you're Eminem, like how do you feel about that? Do you shrug it off?
If I'm Eminem, I could not care less because Eminem is a top 10 rapper of all time. Like, there's no reason to care.
Yeah.
She does look stupid. She looks petty. She's too old for this. I mean, it's just at a certain point, I think people really, especially in that sort of celebrity level, they try to use these random dumb things against the other person.
Yeah.
And
it makes headlines too.
Yeah, it makes headlines. Whereas, like, if a normal couple did this, it'd be like, oh, that's messed up. Like, blah blah blah. Like, they would talk amongst their friend group. Instead, it's like, oh, an article in some newspaper or magazine or something.
Yeah, this is where the news has us in 2023.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I did find an article about a girl trying to get back at her ex. She made a TikTok saying that she messed with his bank accounts and dropped him from his college courses. Now, the TikTok trend was non-lethal ways to get back at your ex. I know, we're celebrating love. It's Valentine's Day. But what do you think about people like going out of their way to like get revenge and to play with someone's money and education and call it non-lethal? Because a lot of people responded very negatively to this girl.
Yeah, honestly, that I don't respect, because you're talking not just about, somebody's livelihood and what they've been putting work into. And it's already bad enough that it's kind of like tied together. Like, she's paying for this stuff, and then at the same time he's cheating on her behind her back. But it's just like, he's also got to be smarter. Like, if this person is funding your future, you can't just like cheat on them. You can't just fuck around behind their back. You can't do that. You have to understand.
So you're saying you could cheat if you're not financially tied, but if you are financially tied, then that's
don't fuck up the money.
Yes. ASAP Rocky said that. I mean, he has a $sign in his name. Of course he was going to get his billionaire baby mama pregnant again. Exactly. Back to back. Shout out to him, Black King, making Black history. The first Black man in America to get a billionaire pregnant twice. Shout out to him.
Is he the first? I mean, isn't Ye the first?
Yeah, but she was a billionaire after the kids. And now they're divorced. So they you're right. You know what? Let's acknowledge Kanye, because they try to erase him from our history books.
He's been a trendsetter for too long.
Way too long. Someone else said that they I DoorDashed $300 worth of food to my house over the course of a few months from my ex's credit card after he got someone else preggo. A woman said in the comment section. I mean, like, he already got the woman pregnant. Move on. Like, why are you like still feeding yourself? He has to feed a child. Like, that's just selfish behavior. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with any of this petty stuff. Like, if someone does you dirty, just move on. Find the match for you. You know, Patti LaBelle, she's 78 and she says she's ready to date and she's out there looking. 78, man. But she's a legend. Like, if you were single, you know, you're a singer. Would you consider taking her out for a nice evening?
No, not like dating. She's 50 years older than me. There's no way.
Yeah, she's also $50 million richer than you, at least, like, probably. So you said money.
Yeah, no. There's things money can't buy, and I'm not one of them. Like she's the same age as my parents, and my parents are old enough to be my grandparents. All respect due to my parents, but I'm just saying there's no way. There's no way.
So, do you think 78? Like, how do you, to be 78, to be Patti LaBelle, like, for her to proclaim she's ready to date? Like, what do you think that even looks like in 2023?
I mean, her dating pool has to be so like. Who is she? Who's even? Keith Sweat would probably take a shot. He would probably take a shot at that.
Oh my God. She said, I'm too good to be solo. I do have a nice person in mind, but that's my personal business. Okay. So it seems like she already has someone. There's love out there for everyone. You know, we saw Eric Andre at the Knicks game with Emily Ratajkowski. And he posted a naked selfie with her on Instagram on Valentine's Day for everyone to see, man.
He did.
Are these rich, divorced, beautiful women using these comedy guys as accessories? Are they what's in?
I think it works both ways. I mean, if you find a relationship that's complementary and you're both able to benefit and you're happy with each other, like, is that a bad thing?
No, I'm not saying it's a good or bad. I'm just focusing on the trend because we saw Kim Kardashian date Pete Davidson after divorcing Kanye West. Emily Ratajkowski just finished a messy divorce. She said her husband was cheating on her, and now she was seen with Pete Davidson. Now she's seen with Eric Andre. So it's
on her. It's crazy. But I mean,
is it?
I mean,
is it
for every bad?
Well, no, I don't know the rest.
Anyway, I think that if the relationship works, it works. Eric Andre, he's a funny guy. He's been around in the industry for a long time. She's beautiful and now single. I think she's having fun. I think they use these comedians as like, please make me feel better for these next 6 months.
Make me laugh.
Yeah,
make me laugh.
Make me happy. We'll have a good time together. I'll remember this for however long. And then when they're ready to be serious, they cut them loose.
Or, yeah, shout out to them. I'm tired of these people making headlines for going to Knicks games together, because I look up Knicks news like every day, and I don't care. I don't care who's dating who. I don't care who's going to the Knicks game with who. Tell me about Jalen Brunson scoring 40 at the Garden on the Nets, because the Knicks run New York City. The Nets are failures. They're failures.
Bomb ever.
The Nets are failures, man. I just had to shout them out. They fumbled the bag. That was Black History.
They fumbled 3 bags.
3 bags. Like, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant all in their prime. How do you mess that up? But the Knicks run New York.
I mean, listen, when they first got all 3 of them, the conversation was the same thing. It was like, is this going to work? You've got 3 divas. They are all also injury prone. Like, and we saw all that play out the way that we kind of thought. Like, it had to be a perfect scenario for it to work out for the Nets, where they were actually going to be able to get to the playoffs, be dominant in the playoffs, and make it to the finals. It had to be perfect, and it was everything but. So I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, if this was the Knicks who fumbled those players, it would be talked
Armageddon.
about
Like it
forever.
would be. Yeah, don't. Yeah, no.
So I had to highlight it because nobody else will. They try to sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, I will say it has been pretty quiet. Like, yeah, the trade happened and everything like that, but I think because Harden was gone first, they ended up with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was trash. Everybody talked about that all last year, and most of the first half of this season. And then Kyrie had already asked for a trade. KD was like kind of wishy-washy. Like, I feel like we've known this was coming for a while.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to come through right before the trade deadline like that, though.
Yeah, it was one after the other. Kyrie, he said, I'm out of here. They traded him to Dallas. Then they, soon after traded KD to Phoenix, which I'm happy for both of them. I think it's a better situation for both.
Oh, for sure. For
sure. I love them both. I'm going to miss being able to see them at Barclays Center for like $13, which is a fucking steal.
Disrespectful to Barclays, man.
I love Barclays. I loved it
I like
for
that
concerts.
Arena too. I like that arena
like
too.
We both have seen like really good concerts there. In our break, I saw Future there, which was a really good show. Shout out to Future. He was way better than Kid Cudi, who was there months earlier. I'm still mad at Kid Cudi for that, but hey, you know what? We move on.
Yeah. It's okay.
Let
it go.
Yeah, if the Knicks fumbled 3 stars like that, you would never hear the end of it. But it's okay. I appreciate flying under the radar. I love Josh Hart and Brunson right now.
Hart's looking good. Hart's looking good.
Villanova boys doing their thing. So, man, we had to highlight that. Some Valentine's Day love to my New York Knicks. Love my Knicks. This man loved his girlfriend so much that he proposed to her. He had this whole beach proposal like laid out with a bunch of candles. And this man lost the ring in the sand. He fumbled the ring, couldn't find it. I know we talked about a similar story about a man dropping the ring in a pond.
Yeah, he was like standing on a like a pier or something, and it fell through the wood boards.
Yes. So this is happening pretty often with these extravagant proposals. What do you make of this? How sick would you be if you lost the ring in something in the sand and couldn't find it? Do you get one of those metal detectors like right away?
You have to. You have to literally leave your. I don't know if she is the fiance because she hasn't gotten the ring, but you have to leave her there. Be like, do not move from this spot. You go get a metal detector and then come right back. Like, you have to. It's a ring that costs thousands of dollars.
Yes.
There's no way. But, I mean, this guy, he set himself up for failure. He did it at night. They had lights and stuff on the ground. It looked beautiful, but you can't fumble.
Yeah, you can't fumble, yo. This is the setup he had. You could see the candles on the sand. It says "Marry Me," but you can't see the ring because that shit got lost. Do you think people are doing these things for social media? Actually, in our break, I wanted to bring up. I went to a friend of ours' wedding, Yilson. Shout out to him. Getting married in Cartagena, beautiful Cartagena, Colombia. And I was out with Abby. We were out to eat at this really cool restaurant by the water. And this guy had a drone fly up to the table by the water, drop off a ring like with a claw, and he picked it up, proposed to his girl. He had like a photographer come through. The drone took a video. It was a beautiful thing, right when the sun was setting, taking more pictures and stuff. Do you feel like people are you think the bar just keeps getting higher? We know Kanye proposed in the stadium to Kim Kardashian like 10 years ago. But like, you think this is going to keep getting more wild and people are going to keep losing rings by trying to do two things that are too extravagant?
I can only assume. I mean, they have a whole saying that says, keep it simple. Keep it simple. And I know people want to make a big gesture and they want to be out of the box. They want to do something unique, do something different, do something that's never been seen before. Have all the people there to see it happen and stuff like that. But I'll be damned if I lose the ring before she even gets it. Because there's no.
Yeah, man. Prayers to them and everyone else who's trying to show out in your proposals. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. That's crazy. That's a nightmare for sure. Especially, you got spectators, people just filming everything around you, and it just becomes a TikTok moment. How do you even bounce back from some shit like that? Like, do you get another ring? Do you have insurance? That sucks.
Well, you gotta get insurance for the ring, but like, I'm gonna find that ring for sure. There's no way. There's no way.
I wonder how often this happens, because you do see those guys like on the beach, like with those fucking metal detectors and shit. Like, you think they find a lot of shit? Like, I always wonder. And who are these guys? Like, do they have jobs?
I think it's like people that have nothing else to do on the weekend. They're like, oh, I live near the beach. I'll go out here and walk around with a metal detector. I think they find stuff. I don't think they find like something that's really worth money all that often.
Yeah.
Because honestly, who's taking stuff that is really worth money like that to the beach?
Rich people. You got to go to the private beaches, You're not going to no public beach finding anything really good. You got to go to the rich people spots. Go to Ibiza, I don't even know. I don't even think we really know the best beaches either. I feel like rich people, like, they have like secret shit. Yeah,
they keep them secret.
Yeah.
I will say that I can't remember the name of it. There was maybe Seagirt or one of those beaches that's in Jersey. Went to this past summer. Really nice beach. Really nice. Not a bunch of people out there or anything like that. It wasn't too crazy, but it's part of like the park reserve, that sort of thing. Protected beaches and stuff.
No.
But that makes sense. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
They always keep all the good shit hidden.
Hell yeah, man. Things are getting more and more exclusive. I don't know if you saw, I would always say like a really bad first date is like going to the movies, like, because you never get a chance to talk to anybody. Actually, one time I did, like, years and years ago. I went on a first date with this girl, and she spoke no English.
Then that's perfect first date. What do you mean?
I know, that was like the only time. It was when the first fucking Captain America came out, so that's how long ago it was. Back when I used to watch Marvel movies. Sorry, I don't care about Ant-Man 5. Like, I don't care. I shout out to the actor who's in Creed 3 and Ant-Man the same month. That man is hot. He's on fire, but
I don't know why they do that with white actors, where they're just like three different super. Well, I do know why, but still.
No, I'm talking about the guy from Lovecraft County or Country who's in Creed 3, and he's the bad guy in the new Ant-Man.
Dang, what's his name?
Yeah, but he's doing both those movies are coming out back to back, and I'm like, wow, he's on fire right now. But I'm sorry, I'm good off of the Marvel movies. But anyway, I went out with this girl, Jonathan Majors. Shout out to him, man. He's having a great 2023. But I went out with this girl, and it was ideal for someone people who don't speak the same language. But I wouldn't recommend that for anybody else. But AMC, they're charging their seats, like, they're charging customers for like the value of how good your seat is. So if you want like a middle row seat, it's going to be a higher price starting this year.
Starting this year, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
They just announced it like last week. Wow. So they're going to have a range of prices as if you're going to the basketball game or a concert. So, they're going to have the peasant seats out in front for cheaper. And then they're going to have the VIP expensive seats like in the middle, like where you can actually see the movie. It's like they're trying to, influence people not to go to the movies. It's crazy.
That's like Natalie and I went to see IMAX. I can't remember which movie it was, but we chose these seats, and literally the IMAX surround sound speakers were like blasting into those seats.
Oh shit!
So it was deafening loud. So we had to move to a different spot.
Oh no!
But yeah, it was really bad. that could mess up a lot of people's movie experience.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to be able to afford to go to the movies now unless you win the nosebleed, especially if you have like a family. Yeah. But I think it's a terrible idea. It'll stop me from going to the movies because I'm not paying more to sit where I want to sit. I always like care about where I sit.
I mean, it's been a ripoff for a long time though.
That's very true. And like we can stream everything. My mom, I visited my parents over the weekend. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to the Grams.
She was a great host. It was like being at a cafe. She made Abby avocado toast and a cappuccino on Sunday morning. Yeah, it was dope. But she she bought the movie Megan, the AI killer doll movie, which is really good. I highly recommend. And I know you were really excited about artificial intelligence, and I know when the Civil War starts, unfortunately, we're going to be on opposite ends because you're for the robots. I'm afraid of the robots. I'm not cool with them. I don't want to talk to them. And watching this movie Megan only confirmed my suspicions. Like, I'm not down with that shit, bro. But since we took a break, AI has exploded. Chat GPT has dropped.
Yep.
All the colleges are trying to fucking find a way to see if students are using Chat GPT for their research papers.
Yep. They're doing it for everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Have you changed your mind about AI, or are you still all forward? Like, you really can't wait till it just gets more usable?
I mean, I can't wait for it to be more usable. At the same time, I definitely see the negative aspects to it. I mean, listen, they've been taking away jobs slowly but surely in a lot of different ways with technology. That's like just basic technology.
Yeah.
So once they actually have have you tried Chat GPT?
Yes, sir.
That shit is good.
I had Chat GPT write a jingle for No Chill Live, actually. It was pretty decent on the third try. I will say, you can make alterations.
How many phrases did you or how long was the phrase that you put in when you put No Chill Live?
That's it. I just said make a jingle for No Chill Live stream. That's it.
Oh wow!
And yeah, it came back with some pretty solid results. So
that's easy. That's really easy.
I know. But where do you see this going? I know Microsoft and Google, they made some real big moves, and everyone's posturing, because Microsoft owns Chat GPT. They already put it put it in Microsoft Teams, and also their search engine Bing. And Google, they scrambled and they said, okay, we're gonna launch our own AI in our browser, and they announced it, and there was an error in in the demo that they put out.
Oh yeah, I did see that article. I mean, I don't know where they're gonna go with this, because at a certain point, it's already become really difficult to know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about deep fakes on here too.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder when there's going to be original ideas anymore. I was talking to somebody recently who was trying to explain that all the different data that our phones collect, all the apps that we use, they collect data. Companies are trying to figure out a way to really create products and monetize off of that. Not just the stuff that they're doing now, where they have a recommendation engine that starts to send you an ad, suggest that you buy XYZ, that sort of thing. They're really trying to use this information so that when they get to the point where they have wearable technology, whether it's glasses or implants and things like that, it can really, yes, improve people's lives, but at the same time, it's all of your information.
Yeah.
When you're breathing, your heartbeat, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, everything that you do is being recorded by this stuff. So it's scary, but how do you slow it down?
I don't know, man. The Unabomber had some ideas, but
oh man,
I was just watching The Matrix with Abby last week, because she had never seen it before, and
what?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Man. She's never seen it.
What a time to just now be seeing The Matrix. That's amazing.
I know, and I'm just like, damn, like we're really heading to that space, watching Terminator as well, like in the last couple months. I'm like, damn, maybe these movies are making me paranoid, but I can see the writing on the wall.
Dude, there's just way too many things that are like coincidences.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're living in a time where there are UFOs like being shot down every day. And we don't know what they are. The government's not telling us much.
Yeah,
we only know about some spy balloon a couple weeks ago, and we still don't have a lot of information on that.
What's the deal with that? Like they randomly found one over Wyoming or something like that. Then they found another one in Alaska.
Yeah. China's, they got TikTok.
China's making moves.
Yeah, they're making moves for like the next couple 100 years. Their version of TikTok, they don't have any of the bullshit trends that we talk about on a weekly basis.
Really?
No. They also have like a national like video game time cap for children. They can only play video games for like maybe an hour a week. They're playing the long game, and I don't know where we're at with it, but yeah, I don't know if it's aliens with the UFO stuff, or if it's just China.
I don't know. It's probably a combination of both of them.
Did Joe Biden mention the balloon at his State of the Union last week?
I don't think he did. Honestly, I only caught parts of the State of the Union. That man is so old. He's so old. It's just like, am I gonna vote for an 81-year-old in a year?
I mean, that's something you got to ask yourself, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. He did a good job. I felt like.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I feel like a lot of times I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about, because it's just like he's just saying words.
He stopped whispering as much. He's definitely stopped whispering as much.
He did stop whispering. Thank God. But yeah, it was, I felt like he did a decent job, but the main highlight I wanted to talk about was First Lady Jill Biden giving Kamala Harris, vice president, I guess what's her husband's title, like the second husband? They kiss each other right on the lips.
That was
right on the lips before Valentine's Day.
I have a serious problem with that if I'm Kamala.
Oh, if you're Kamala,
or Joe, like if I'm either of them, I have a serious problem with that.
Really?
Yeah. Why? Yo, if my girl kisses anybody on the lips that's not like me or her grandma or grandpa or something like that, I'm like, why?
Oh shit. You got a list. Of people.
No, this is off the top. Like, I'm just saying, like, these are the acceptable people that first come to mind. Anybody that's not like immediate family and over 70 years old, like, what are you doing?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, they're over 7. Well, she's over 70 years old. Does that count?
Not related. They're not related at all. I don't care if they're both white people. Like, nah, that's not cool.
Oh my God. Yeah, I felt weird about it too. Kamala kind of got an attitude when the reporter asked her about it. Said, she said she didn't see the video, but she does see the work that they're doing together to fight for whatever cause that they're fighting for.
Yeah, she sees their work all right.
Oh man, yeah, I thought that was a little bit weird.
Coming home from work with Dr. Jill Biden all tired and stuff. Like, okay.
Oh man. Yeah, they definitely working together.
Yeah, putting in overtime.
Yeah, that's crazy. I also saw, speaking of Valentine's Day and kissing and love, for single people, this study out in Britain said that single people are more likely to get a date if you have a dog in your profile. Now, I know it's been a while since, you've had like a dating profile and everything. Did you ever post any pictures with your dog?
No, I didn't have Houdini at the time. Houdini actually just turned 4.
Oh shit! Happy birthday!
Over this past October, but I did notice that when I was on dating apps though, And I think that was a key thing that was mentioned. Like your profile is more likely to get swiped right if you have
an animal,
yeah,
a dog.
Yeah.
It says 6 in 10 people said they believe owning a dog is a good sign that a person is ready to settle down in a committed relationship. I mean, it does show, you can commit to something, because I was just talking about this with my mom. Like, you get a dog, like,
It's a job.
it's like 10 to 15 years sentence. Like, if we were to get dogs right now, like a new dog, that's going to be with us until we're
45.
38 years old. I mean, we're young. We're young guys.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
No, it's crazy to think about, though. Like, oh, shit, if I get this, it might be here with me till I'm 50. Like, if it's really old, like. But for me, like, I don't think, like, dogs in a profile never made me more attracted to someone. In fact, like, I'd rather girls not have a dog. Just like, I'd rather.
Yeah, because with girls, I feel like dogs are annoying.
It's just an extra thing.
I feel like women really treat pets like a human, like a child,
and
it's like no. I've dealt with that previously with one of my women I've talked to, and that's a blocker.
Like,
a major blocker.
Like, give an example. Like, what's crossing the line? What's too far?
When you're trying to, you're over for the night, and she's like, "Oh, my dog is just gonna whine if she can't come in the bedroom. Like, I have to let her in." And I'm like, "What?" But like, and then the dog comes in, and the dog wants to get on the bed. It's like, no, you're a big dog. Like, you're a German Shepherd. If you don't go guard the door,
yo, get this big bitch off the bed, please.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh my God, no, yeah, man, like that's not good. The dog has to watch for me. You know what I mean? Like, to be comfortable. Like, that's too much. But people see it as a sign of stability. Yeah. So if you guys are single out there, and you see a dog on the street, pick it up, take a picture with it, add it to your dating profile. It'll be helpful. Like, that's what the studies show.
Small dogs only for me in the future. I love Houdini to death. My parents love him to death, but nah, he's too much to handle. He's too much. No more than like 20 pounds on a dog.
Yeah. Pit bulls are a whole lot. Yeah. They're banned from places for a reason.
What makes me mad though is that he treats them like, oh, these are my older parents. Like, I'll be nice and like lovey-dovey and stuff with them. The second I walk in the door, he wants to fight and like.
That's because he's used to that with you. Like, you raised him to be that way.
Unfortunately,
it is what it is.
Anytime I come around, it's like, yeah, playtime.
Yeah, one thing I will, that we have talked about in the past that was like a red flag for me on dating sites was like Disney adults, like, people who go to Disney World, as an adult, they rock the ears and, go all out. Like, to me, that's always something I just don't want to deal with, personally. But this this person was crying. This crying Disney adult was mocked, and people were saying I was 4 and didn't even react like this. Here's what this woman looks like. Oh shit. She is very emotional, as you can see.
It's a magical place.
You went there for our senior trip in high school?
Yeah, senior trip in high school.
Did you cry? I know you didn't go this weekend because the Eagles didn't win the championship, so you can't go. You can't go to Disney World. All right. But you did go in the past.
Yes, I've been I've been a few times. I like Disney a lot. But I don't think I'll go again until I have children that are like at an age where they'll actually appreciate it. Like for me, it's just the lines, the vast amount of people. You have to go to different parks, get on buses. They have a mobile app now. Like, there's way too much going on with Disney for me to just want to do that with like my girlfriend when we get engaged or something like that. I think that's weird. Like, you're going to a kid's theme park for your engagement.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wouldn't want to go there for my engagement, obviously. But I I think that at least is a reason. You know, people go there just
for fun.
Yeah, just for fun to cry on camera and fucking mouse ears. I think it's disturbing. And I feel like it's our generation. Like we millennials, like we can't let go of our childhood. It's like, you know, a lot of us are choosing to not have children, and it's just like we're still reliving our childhoods together on the internet. Like, now that we have money and we don't have kids, a lot of us are going to these exhibits and just having no shame.
Yeah.
I just want to bring back shame.
Shame.
I just want to bring it
Shame.
back.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
I feel like that's what we're missing. Like, if I were to run for president, I would run on shame. Like, people need to be shamed. Hey, you don't have to agree. You could still be my running mate, but you know, that's that's gonna be what, you know, I'm running
I think
on.
if we spin it, like we work on the marketing a little bit, it could make sense. It could definitely make sense. There definitely has to be more accountability.
Exactly. I'm with the shame bell. I'm with the shame walk. I'm with the whole Cersei, the whole thing, man.
Cabbage.
It made her a better person. It made her a better, stronger person.
That is a fact.
You know.
I mean, she still got the axe in the end, but still.
She got her revenge, man. At the end of the day,
she did.
Yeah. Another person who was looking for revenge was a Delta passenger who said a flight attendant on the Delta flight told his wife that she had a stupid face. Yeah, he said this out of control flight attendant verbally assaulted and threatened us and had wrongly removed us from our flight back in November. The confrontation began after the couple reportedly placed their items in the first class bins because those in the bins in their section were all full. So they shared like a video of the flight attendant after their confrontation. And you can hear him on the video saying, "I have you on video saying my wife has a stupid face. I don't care," the crew member replies. "Don't do it because I will turn this plane back and get you off. Don't press my buttons."
Some of those flight attendants, they use that little bit of power that they got, and they're worse than teachers. They're definitely worse than teachers when they got a little bit of power.
Yes, they're also underpaid like teachers, and you should respect them. I mean, sometimes the rules suck, but it is what it is. He said, "I pointed out that I was he said he said I pointed out that I was indeed watching the TV in front of me. To the left, no, he said watching the TV in front of me to the left while they were doing like the whole like safety thing." And so he says, so then she looks at Jen and says, "Don't look at me with that stupid face." Jen looks at her and asks her what she just said. And the lady then says, "She is from the Bronx and you don't want this."
Oh, that's a challenge.
The only thing Jen was doing was smiling. So at this point, I started to video her. She informed us we would get kicked off the plane and they were not allowed to video her. So then they did end up getting kicked off. And now they're complaining. They're going public because they said Delta said that they would pay them or, you know,
compensate them.
They
for
haven't compensated them for
struggles.
Going through this, and they haven't paid them shit. So now they're going public. But whose side are you on?
I mean, first class is for first class.
Okay. Jack Harlow.
There's a there's a sticker that says reserved for first class customers. Like, you can't put your bags there. I don't think the flight attendant was wrong to say, like, "Why are you looking at me with that stupid face?" But if you were making a stupid face, you got what was coming to you. Like, I don't know. You're not going to win the battle with these individuals. Like, the best that's going to happen to you is that you get kicked off the plane and you end up on the next flight. But other than that, it's not going to turn out well. We just saw OBJ, like, they talked about his incident where he was just sleeping. He didn't hear them. He was probably on a perk or something.
I want to say he was in Miami. He was in Miami. He was probably partying. I don't think he was off a perk. You gotta.
You're right. I don't want to put that on OBJ. He's still looking for another contract.
That ain't right. It is Black History Month. We cannot be putting these allegations out there.
Listen, he had a great time. He didn't get a chance to sleep that night, and he was trying to catch his flight. He was asleep, and he didn't have a seatbelt on. And they legit called the cops on him and kicked him off the plane. And he was after he woke up and was like, "I'll put the seatbelt on. I didn't hear you."
Yeah. So I think you're right. Like these people go on power trips. Yeah. They're underpaid, underappreciated. They're put in stressful situations. And like I don't fight with people on airplanes or anything like that. I had to eat a bunch of extra charges and other things, and it's just I want to get home.
Yeah, they charge for everything.
Yeah, my goal is to get home safely. Whatever else, if I have to check my bag at the gate, my carry-on, I'm going to be upset because I'm sorry, those little fucking measuring things that they have do not reflect the space for bags above the cabin. No. Like it's a scam. Yeah. And they know it's a scam, but it's their job to enforce it. I try to stay above it, try to be nice and friendly, but it doesn't always work. I remember on a flight last year or 2 years ago, this one guy, he was really upset because he got on the plane. He saw that there was overhead space after he checked his bag. And he was just like, "Oh, this is bullshit." And he actually called a flight attendant and complained. I'm like, "Bro, your bag is gone. No. Get over it. You're going to have to wait the extra 15 to 20 minutes when you land. It is what it is. You're not going to win this battle."
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, they get paid overtime. The longer that the flight goes on, they're going to get more money. So for them, if you want to keep playing around, we'll take the plane back. We'll have it land. We'll have everybody deboard. Then we'll have them reboard again. And then, I'm going to get paid regardless.
Yeah. 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 So, know who has the power in these situations, guys. And don't make no stupid ass faces, especially when your flight attendant is from the Bronx. She'll let you know.
Exactly. Because TSA, the flight attendants, you know what they're like? They're like hall monitors. They're like hall monitors when you're in school, and then if you do something really crazy, they're gonna go run and find the school cop or whatever, and you don't want to deal with that.
Yes.
So just do what you're supposed to do. Listen to them. Don't give them attitude. Not too crazy or whatever, but yeah, just relax out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get to your destination safely.
Exactly. Some people you just don't want to fuck with, and one person is this woman who could lift a 45-pound barbell with her breast. Now she is very talented. Now I'm gonna show this video. This woman on TikTok.
You're gonna show us her breasts?
No, just show her.
Oh yeah, they look like they can lift a lot.
Oh shit, it's just not showing that well. But yes, you see her holding a table.
That's crazy.
On TikTok. Now, this is Girl How. She's very strong. And, Women's Month is next month. What do you make of this? Are you impressed by this? And how do you think she even found out she had this talent?
I don't know if they have, a physics equation for, the strength of sagging boobs. Because these are clearly very heavy, and they're able to hold a lot. But,
does she join the circus? What do you do with this type of talent? Will we see more wacky things on TikTok? Will people just have a platform to I can, do other things?
Everybody's trying to go viral. I mean, she's got 46 million views on TikTok for this video. That's pretty crazy.
Do you think that it's worthy of that attention? NBA All-Star Weekend is coming up this weekend, and we're gonna have things like the 3-point contest. Your boy Dame Lillard is in that. It's just gonna be hot. Jericho Sims is in the dunk contest from New York Knicks. Mm-hmm. Do you find this as equal talent, being able to hold things with your titties?
Stop. No.
No. Should there be
because she didn't have to work for that.
What do you mean? How do you know she didn't have to work? She could have been at the gym doing tit lifts every day since 2020. We've been doing this live. We don't know.
We know. We know. There's no way. There's no skill. There's no muscle in that. Like there's just
Hey, it's pure strength, man.
Yeah, pure weight.
Girl power. So yes, 45 pounds
I don't know.
with just
That's
her boobs.
insane.
Yeah.
That's
Shout out to her.
insane.
She might be a guest here on No Show Live one day. We can have like a live demonstration. Um we're inviting everyone, all the circus acts. Like now that we're live in studio, I think that's something we should implement, man.
She said how the pyramids were built. That's crazy. That's a crazy caption.
Man, yeah, I was out in Soho yesterday. I had to pick up a gift for Valentine's Day, and I saw people out in the streets for Fashion Week. It's been Fashion Week in New York the last week in winter, and the biggest thing that I guess has made news is those big ass red boots. How you feel about them, man? Are you gonna cop a pair?
Those look like the Astro Boy boots. Like I think they're pretty cool. I would never wear them just because like they go all the way up your leg. I don't know how like that's comfortable for you, especially because of the flat bottom. Like you're just plopping your foot down with every step. I could see them being a fashion statement though. They remind me like of those snow boots that Ye came out with.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, they're like 3D printed boots. It's just new technology. I remember the first time I ever saw a 3D printer was when I was like trying to be an architect, going to like the NJIT campus tour, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know that this existed. I think the boots look pretty cool, but actually wearing them, I don't know. We saw the video of the guy like who couldn't take them off. They're like suction cups on his feet, on his legs. How far will people go for fashion, bro?
People will go to the ends of the earth for fashion. People will die for fashion. Like there's no limit to what people will do to be famous, get views, get clicks, get comments, get $1. Like it's just, I think the shoes look okay. If they made them a little bit more ergonomic or something where like it's comfortable to walk in them, you can easily get them off. Like I would consider them. But
yeah, it just seems like too much trouble right now.
Yeah, they don't look comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys see me in these boots in a couple weeks, don't be surprised. I would cop those boots.
They also got to come out with different colors. I can't wear no bright ass red shoes like that. Like that's crazy.
It does look crazy, but I feel like it adds to it. So if I'm able to get my hands on them, you might see me pop up on the live with some big ass red boots in a couple weeks. So don't be surprised, guys. But some weird shit has been happening with Fashion Week. I saw an article about these weird ass animal fate masks that people were wearing, and they have like reptiles, like rats, all types of like elves and shit. Like, do you think people are just doing these types of things for like the viral campaign more than anything else? Like, is this just performative for the internet?
I mean, it looks kind of cool. I like them. I actually do like them. It reminds me of the Hunger Games, how they showed some of the fashion from the Capitol and stuff, and they had Tigress in there, and she looked obviously like a tiger.
Yeah,
this reminds me of that same sort of thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of where they got the idea from. But they look cool. If it was Halloween, I would love to wear one of these.
Oh shit! So you like it?
Yeah, I think they're dope.
Would it make you want to buy any of the items?
The only one that I liked that I would like really consider wearing is the reptilian one.
Okay.
That one looked pretty sick, and it's more of like a full head sort of covering thing. Some of the others, it's just like half the face and stuff. It looks okay, but the reptile one, that one looked legit.
Yeah. Shout out to Fashion Week, man. Yeah. It's almost over. I saw Ice Spice was at a party out in Brooklyn. Yeah. Shout out to Ice Spice. How long
is she gonna keep being relevant or in the news?
Forever. She's Ice Spice. She's the new Princess Diana.
Stop it.
She is. Stop it. Ice Spice is the new Princess Diana. Shout out to Ice Spice. Happy Valentine's Day. It's actually National Side Chick Day. Do you want to shout out your side chick?
I don't have one. I don't have one. I don't have the time, the money, or none of that other stuff. Or
Inflation. I'm just kidding. No side chicks. Yes. 2023.
None over here.
But shout out to all the side chicks out there. I put up I found them. I posted a meme that said side chicks are out here getting all the leftover Halloween candy. It was like, oh, why you give me a ghost candy? It's like, oh, because you my boo.
Listen, I was like, wow. It makes sense. This is the Jordan year. Everybody's got to have a sidekick, just like he had Scotty. Like it's the same
shit! Thing. Wow,
it's the same thing.
That's
full circle.
Full circle. Hell yeah, man! Shout out to Scottie Pippen, the whole Jordan family. Oh man, yeah. What else? Yeah. So there was also every time I see one of these gender reveal like fails, I'll always want to talk about it because this grandmother did a whole face plant during gender reveal that of course went horribly wrong, and of course this ended up on TikTok. Now, like, I always see these videos and it's like, okay, people are celebrating and very happy. But when someone actually falls and hurts themselves, why do they still post a video? I mean, now it's an article. Maybe, I mean, anything to go viral. But don't you think people would, have a little bit more humility?
You would think, but honestly, this reminds me of that guy during the protest who got like pushed backwards and he fell and
the Buffalo police beat that man.
That's what it reminded me of. I mean, according to this, she's okay. But it looked scary. The husband, the father of this baby for the gender reveal, he was so excited. He just completely knocked her down.
Yeah. A$AP Rocky would never do that. It's Black History Month, guys.
Yeah. Ever.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. I mean, will people ever stop doing these fucking gender reveals, like, ever? And are you still open to doing them?
I'm still not really trying to do a gender reveal. Like, again, her body, her choice, that sort of thing, all that jazz.
What does that have to do with the gender reveal?
Listen,
bro?
If she wants to do a party for the gender reveal of what's growing inside of her, who am I to say no? But it's not for me.
Yeah,
it's not.
I think it's just absurd. But I've talked about this at length, like many times. So. Just be safe, everybody. I feel like people are just doing shit just for the internet, just for the look. Yeah, people really get hurt. I feel like I hear about more failures than anything else. Like, what's the payoff?
I mean, but that's also what the internet and news and stuff is.
Of course.
We're going to find out about the times when it goes wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man.
Poor grandma. Grandma got run over by the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to that grandmother. Hope she's okay. During our break, Damar Hamlin on the Bills, he had a real horrific injury. I think a lot of people thought he died on the field.
For 9 minutes, he was dead.
Yeah, so he died and he rose from the dead like Jesus Christ.
Okay,
no,
blasphemy.
No, he did. He rose from the dead like Jesus, and
did not know.
And at the Super Bowl, he rocked like a jacket with Jesus on the back. Well, it looked like, I don't know, disfigured Jesus, like maybe an art piece. And NFL legend Adrian Peterson had some words for him. He called that jacket blasphemous. Said he talked to Damar Hamlin. And if anyone is Captain Morality, it's Adrian Peterson, the man who beat the shit out of his child with a switch.
He only had some welts.
He was 4 years old and bleeding, man. Don't defend that shit. But yeah, man, what did you think about the jacket? You're very into Jesus. Do you think the jacket was blasphemous? Because I didn't see a problem with it.
I mean, I didn't think it was blasphemous, but I think it's a little over the top. Like, listen, he got blessed with another chance because that was a really scary video of what happened to him. The way he fell down, the way like they again, he was out for a while, and they were able to get him back. And even the fact that he's able to walk right now, and like go to games and stuff like that it's a blessing. So if I was him, I wouldn't be playing around with that sort of stuff. Maybe that wasn't his intention, but obviously that's how people took it.
Yeah, some people took it and took exception to it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I was just like I didn't even pay attention to it. I wouldn't have even really noticed it if people didn't, weren't upset about it. Just like people were upset about Rihanna, like grabbing her crotch and smelling her fingers. I love that, Rihanna. I wish I could smell your fingers after that.
We know. Okay, we get it.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
We get it. She was the egg, and all those people dancing were the sperm. We understand.
Yeah. But yeah, I was shocked to see that people were actually upset at this guy. Right after we all saw him die, he was a hero. It's just like, damn, man, he can't even wear whatever jacket he wants to wear without people being upset. I mean, I don't think he's someone who was trying to make no statement. I think he was just wearing some fashion shit. But people make a big deal of everything. Everyone's so sensitive.
Of course. I mean, look at how many Jesus commercials we had during the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You know what time it is.
It's Jesus time.
The Supreme Court just got rid of abortion.
Yeah, that's true.
They're trying to get rid of affirmative action.
It's Black History Month, guys.
It is. That's right.
It is Black History Month. But our guy Leonardo DiCaprio, they said he was dating a 19-year-old, but I don't think that he is. I think that was false information. He had said that they were just at a party together. So that was something I wanted to talk about, but now it just doesn't seem like it's real anymore. So
I don't know. They were out together.
I mean, we've all been out with people. Doesn't mean that we're dating them. Like, he was out at a party. We don't know that they were at that said party together. Anyway, like, what do you think about? We've talked about Leonardo DiCaprio dating younger women under 25. He's only getting older. Do you like? Were you surprised when you saw this headline? And
no, of course not. He's been doing this. They have documented it. They have pictures that have a graph of the ages of all his girlfriends back from like 1999. I'm not surprised. She's exactly in his age range of 19 to 25.
Yes.
Listen, some people don't change. Most people don't change.
Yeah.
And if I'm Leo DiCaprio and it's still working, I'm probably not going to change either.
Yeah. I'm not mad at him. He's rich. He's living the Playboy lifestyle. He probably needs some therapy. I'm not sure. But who am I? Who am I to say? But, I will say I started going back to therapy this year, and I had to switch therapists because my therapist, he was telling like way too many goddamn stories. Like,
he wanted you to be his therapist,
bro. Like, he was a nice guy. He told me some good things to like think about. I gave him like 4 chances, and he came late. He told me like he would send me something, and then he didn't send it, and I would like question him like through like the message thing in the app, and he just responded some generic shit. So I know he was just sending out generic shit to all of his clients. And then when I had told him, he was like, "Oh, you should have reminded me." I was like, "I did remind you." He was like, "Oh, well." Like, he didn't. I was like, "Yeah, I'm busy. I don't want to have to remind you." But yeah, he would just tell me like shit that other people's stories. And I'm like, God damn, am I going to be another one of his stories? It's just like, how am I supposed to trust you, bro?
Exactly.
It was entertaining, though.
He was telling you other people's like conversations or things that happened to them, and then using it to reference whatever you were saying. And like, is that how it was going? Or
I would bring up something and my thoughts, and he would say something and then give like a wild example. Like, I was just talking about love, right? Or he was talking about love, and he was just saying yes. He told me the wildest story, and I'll tell the short version of it. He said that a man was married to his wife and had like maybe 1 or 2 kids, and he was working a lot. And he said that his wife ended up cheating on him with someone who's working in the house or like in the yard. And he was devastated. This man was devastated.
Dang, the pool boy.
Yes, the pool boy, typical. But he said so they got a divorce. He was like he ended up getting married again and having 5 more kids with his new wife. Yeah, and he said he was he was happy because he loved this woman, and then he goes, this woman was a prostitute.
The second one?
Yes, the wife that he ended up loving. He's like, she was a prostitute, and he started dating her when would pay her, but she didn't accept the money. And she was like, why won't you? No, he wouldn't have sex with her. That's what the thing. He would pay her,
she wasn't. Yeah, got it.
But she wasn't having sex, and she was like, why don't you want to have sex with me? He's like, because I love you and I want to be with you. And he said, from that point on, they got married. And and she never prostituted herself again.
Wow.
And then he said, yes. He was like, oh, yes. And she was only a prostitute because, she actually got like raped as a child. And I was like, I didn't ask anything about this. It has nothing to do with me. This shit took like over 10 minutes of like the 45-minute session. And
yeah, she saw that man as the bag. That's what it was.
I don't even know if the story was real, and it had nothing to do with me. Believe me, he was just saying how when you love someone, it doesn't matter what happens, and it's just like I'm like, yeah, I can't do this every week. It's entertaining, but I'm not trying to be another one of this guy's stories.
You're not helping me. You're not making me a better person. Like I'm not working through my problems right now. All the reasons I'm here, I'm not achieving any of them.
Oh my God. Yeah, but he had some interesting ass stories. I don't know if they're real, but I have a new therapist and it's working a little bit better. So
that's good.
Yeah.
How many sessions so far for the new one?
Just one.
Okay.
Just one.
It's so early.
Yeah.
We'll see how the next 3 go.
Yeah, I think I might take a break after this month, but we'll see. Therapy is good for me. If anyone else, I recommend it to anyone who's questioning. I think it's worth trying.
Absolutely. Listen, you got to be healthy out here, especially with some of the crazy stuff going on. I mean, there's been layoffs all over the place.
Yes.
And it's not hard just for the people who get laid off. Obviously, that has immediate impact, like in your paycheck, in your family situation, that sort of stuff, in your employment, your future. But it also hurts a lot of the people that you work with.
Yes.
Because they build relationships with you, friendships, that kind of thing, and they need time to recover and digest and process feelings and all that kind of stuff.
Ooh. Sorry, that was a mistake.
Well, that was another drop I did not hear before.
Yeah, it was like the sad drop.
The violin.
The violin. Listen, no, for real though.
Protect yourselves out here.
Yeah, seriously. It's not a joke. It's real shit. And like even going on LinkedIn is fucking depressing. Yeah. So use your network, support each other, and just know that these corporations don't determine your value as a person. At the end of the day, you gotta stay grounded.
Facts. Big facts.
But yeah, man, it shit has been depressing as fuck. Like. That's another thing, it's just been a constant conversation in the last few months. Yeah, and a lot of other crazy shit has been happening now. Shout out to Michigan State University. I used to frequent down there when I was a consultant. I tell people like I kind of went to grad school at Michigan State University because I used to party there when I was a consultant right after college. I've been on the grounds. But yeah, they had a shooting there. It's just like every day, some other shit. Someone took a U-Haul in Brooklyn and was running people over the other day. Someone at, Taqueria downtown in Jersey City backed their car.
That video looked nuts. Into
the restaurant. They had a dispute. I think it was like last call. They wanted more drinks. They got kicked out and they said, you know what? I'm gonna drive my car into the restaurant. They got caught on video. I think, it took like 25 minutes for the cops to come on the scene,
which is insane because it's right downtown.
Like literally,
there are always cops posted up by like Porta and that whole area over there. I'm like, how does that make sense?
Yeah.
And they said there was a baby in the car.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I go to Taqueria downtown a lot, and I've had my fair share of experiences there. Like the last time Abby and I were there 2 weeks ago. They rushed us out of the restaurant. We got our quesadillas, We got our margaritas. We were enjoying our meal. We were finishing up our quesadillas. The waiter asked, "Oh, do you want more drinks?" I'm like, "Sure, let's do another round." So we get another round. We're done with our meals. We're just talking, and the manager comes and says, "Oh, I hate to do this, but could you finish? We need the table. Could you finish your drinks like over there, like in the corner?" And Abigail was just like, "Oh no, like we'll just leave." And I was like, "Yeah, thank God she said that, because I couldn't respond really well to that." Because like we weren't even there for like 45 minutes, so they don't have the best customer service. Another time I remember, like, I was there and they had like a really long wait a few years ago, and so I decided, okay, we'll just order takeout. But then seats opened up at the bar, so we sat at the bar, and I had waved to the girl like, "Oh, we're sitting down here now." So I thought she was like, oh, like knew that and knew to give me the food there, because we were obviously ordering drinks and sitting there. But they gave us the food in like the to-go package, and the manager comes up and she's like, you can't eat the food in that to-go package here. Wait, and I'm like,
that you bought there?
Yes. Bro. Oh. I'm like, okay.
No.
Well, so like we're going back and forth, and I'm like, are you kicking me out? Like, what are you saying? Like, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm just saying you can't do." I'm like, "Well, do you have like utensils that you could give us?" And she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And I'm just like, wow. Like, it made a whole fuss. Like, I'm like, "Oh, I told the girl," and then she's like, "You didn't tell me anything." And then the bartender guy's like, "Oh, he didn't say anything." And I'm like, now everyone's like turning against me as if I'm doing something wrong. I'm giving you my business, and I had to problem solve and be like, "Do you have any utensils to give me so we can eat here?" "Oh yeah, sure." So then they bring it to us, and okay, we take it from the paper plate to the plate that they have there. It's just like, yo, you could have just came up to me and been like, "Oh, I see you have to-go stuff. Do you want like our regular utensils?" But no, they had to make it my problem. So
especially if you bought the food, I can understand if you came in with outside food.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a normal rule. You can't bring outside food into an establishment and then eat there. But like, I bought this here. Instead of taking it to go, I decided, oh yeah, there's a free table. I'm gonna have a seat. No.
Crazy. So I've had my fair share of exchanges there. So I can understand getting frustrated, but to drive your car into the restaurant is something totally different. They didn't even drive it
straight forward. They backed it in.
Yeah. Which is cowardly.
Is it? I mean, I guess, because you risk less injury.
You risk more injury to the baby in the back than yourself.
That's a good point. That's a good point. The baby was probably in the backseat baby.
Shout out to Taqueria. I know that they made some adjustments and actually were able to host customers for Super Bowl Sunday the next day. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Even after they got a car driven through the front.
Yeah, they made some adjustments. I don't know how.
The show goes on.
The show goes on. And our show goes on, man. It's season 4, bro. Like I feel really great about this new setup.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I like it. It's fun to be able to stream on different platforms, get a chance to expose ourselves to different people. That and the sound and the video. Like, listen, we're trying to make this a better experience for all of you that are watching and listening to us.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We are coming for everybody's neck, yo.
That's right.
No one can fuck with this live stream. This is the best live stream in the world, and we just took steps up.
That's a fact. Nobody's doing it like us.
Nobody at all, man. So, like, I'm really happy. I'm really excited for this year. We got a lot more fun things planned. This is only the beginning. We're gonna have an audio only podcast on Spotify that's gonna drop on Fridays. So we'll have the audio of all of this, for everyone's listening pleasure for the weekend. So we'll get a regular cadence. I know you're going to Cabo in a couple weeks, so we'll have a little bit of a break. Definitely. But I know we'll be back next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We got to wrap up Black History Month. We got a couple more weeks left. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Hell yeah.
A lot of stuff going on, but I'm excited for the spring.
Yeah, it already feels like spring right now. Today it's like 65, which is insane for February.
Groundhog was wrong as hell. I don't even know why we still do that shit.
I don't. My mom, she listens to the groundhog every year. She actually takes an account. She told me she's watching like the morning news a week ago, and she said the weather person got really offended because the news anchor was like, "Oh, I guess the groundhog was wrong." And she was like, "Of course it was wrong." Like the weather people be in real competition with the groundhog.
What's his name? Puxatony Phil or something like that. The groundhog's name.
I don't know,
something
bro.
Stupid. Like
but I know that we went to high school with the weatherman. Shout out to Eric. You
yes,
know, Eric.
Yes, shout out Eric.
He made his dreams come true. He said he wanted to be a weatherman in high school. I was like, I never heard no one say that anymore, and he made it happen.
He did. He did.
Pemberton's
That's dedication. That's dedication. You gotta speak it into existence. Make it happen.
Hell yeah. Just like we spoke this into existence. We've been talking about doing in person and stepping our game up for a long time. So it feels really good, So yeah, we'll be here every Wednesday on all the platforms. We weren't able to get up on Facebook today, but we will figure that out next week.
It might even be streaming there. I think it said something about public streams versus like the people that are friends with the page. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Gotcha. Yeah. Got a lot to figure out, especially with like screen sharing and shit, like just little kinks. Yeah. We're still streaming on Instagram Live where we live, where we started. We still love you guys.
The day one supporters.
Day one, yes. But we here to do other things now. We here to make a big difference.
That's right. That's right.
Worldwide, hell yeah, So be on the lookout. You got any last words, bro?
Listen, remember, Black history does not start with slavery. Don't forget that. All right, Black history it's been around since before like 3000 BC. Learn a little bit about some of the ancient civilizations, some of the ways that we've impacted the way that the world is today. Continue learning, adding new skills, and we'll see you next week. This is just the start.
Hell yeah, just the start. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys for your support, and we're only going to keep growing. So until next time, peace.